Jesus Christ. Best streamer ever, guys. Y'all are watching the best streamer on Twitch right now in the Ashes category. Oh my God. What is up, guys? It's your boy Vladis. Basically, I was just spieling about, I was taking care of my babies, taking care of my wife because my wife's not feeling well. So I was going to stream a little earlier, but I couldn't. I did skim through the article, but I hadn't really seen it. People were apparently hitting me up. I had like at least 3 or 4 messages from people, so clearly this is a big deal, right? So let's go in, let's read about this. I'm really excited, right? I was kind of expecting this update to be at the end of March or at the end of February, but it looks like we'll be getting it probably in March, which thank God. So already off to a banger start with this title. The gatherable spawning system is evolving. So let me make this a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, Glorious Alpha 2 Gatherers. The data and feedback you provided has been invaluable throughout the Alpha 2 testing phase, helping us shape the future of Ashes of Creation. Deebs, dude, thank you so much for the sub, bro. Thank you, man. Many of you have shared thoughts on gatherables with fixed locations and predictable timers, and we recognize the desire to enhance artisanship in a more dynamic and rewarding way. Absolutely. Instead of quick fixes, we have decided to accelerate the development of some of our outstanding key surveying and gatherable spawning system features that not only improves the Alpha 2 experience, but also aligns with our long-term vision for the game's launch. I was expecting that, to be honest with you. I think if they're going to do this, let's do it to where we're getting as close to the launch system as possible, right? Like, I think with the alpha, we're used to band-aids and you know, potential fixes, but this may not be the final thing. And I'm not saying that this is potentially the final thing, but if this is as close to the final thing and not just some, well, we'll get rid of timers, we'll make a variable or whatever, right? Like, I think they've actually really thought about this, because this has been something we've been talking about for quite some time, at least for the start of Alpha 2. So all right, Lazy dude, thank you so much for coming by, though. Really appreciate it, bro. Thank you. All right, so let's keep going, okay? So instead of the quick fixes, okay, we talked about that for long-term game's launch. Our goal is to create an immersive, competitive, and ever-evolving world that continues growing through your feedback and collaboration. Oh, okay, a little gatherable right there. All right, so here, let me lower the music just a little bit. All right, that should be better. Gathering updates. With that said, we are planning to introduce updates to the gathering spawning system in our 0.8 April 10th. Oh, okay. April 10th, April 24th, and May 8th. Oh shit. Okay, so this is even going into phase 3. Okay, so okay, well, not as okay. I was expecting, I guess, all of this at the end of March, but I guess that's not the case. But it looks like we'll be getting it potentially the second week of April. Build updates, Alpha 2. These changes will be designed to make gathering more engaging and rewarding. Gatherable spawn clustering by rarity introduces variability in spawn times, amounts, and locations, making rare gatherables require continued exploration to acquire. Okay, instead of static spawn locations, gatherables will dynamically respawn at new locations within larger spawning areas, meaning that when a gatherable resource is acquired, it won't return to the same location. Okay, our goal is to maintain the excitement of rediscovering a high rarity gatherable area. However, this knowledge should come with the understanding that others will discover and act on it. The days of logging back in the exact same spot or the exact spot to find legendary copper to our site are over. How though? Like, I don't understand like how they're doing that. No one knows what rarity it is. Like how are we gonna be like clairvoyant or something like that? Like I hope they were kind of referring to the events. Like, I don't mind gatherable events that spawn on the map, like to provide potentially like Weeping Willow in a more PvP kind of way, or even copper or some like mining materials. But I don't know what they mean by that. Like, just because it's going to spawn, I'd assume the pylons will support knowledge to coming material. I mean, we'll see. Oh, well, here. Just keep reading, Vlad. Hello. Surveying updates. Surveying will be an essential tool in adapting to these exciting changes. In our current iteration, some testers have mastered ways to optimize gathering spawn times, which present an opportunity to make the system more engaging for everyone. With these changes, testers will be able to utilize a new surveying item to discover the general location of specific gatherables and find rarer instances of them. Testers will also be able to gain information about gatherables that are waiting to respawn, giving them the opportunity to contest these respawn areas. This evolution of the system strives to encourage continued exploration with surveying, increasing friction in highly sought after areas over time. I'm thinking. I read this initially and I get disappointed. Only reason why is because I want rarity to come from me leveling and me actually, like my artisan shirt mattering, my skivvies, my tool belt, my mining pick, or my axe, or my sickle. Like, and it just seems to me that all surveying's gonna do is just provide, oh, well, you found this thing because of surveying and now you can go and contest it. Like, basically meaning that rarity, it doesn't really matter. Like, you can be a novice, you can be a grandmaster, like all you have to do is just get lucky. And I don't particularly, like, you just have to get lucky being at the right place at the right time to find the right rarity. And I don't know if I like that. I really don't. Like, I don't know if I like that. Then what's the point of me being a grandmaster? It really, I guess, like, I'm not poo-pooing the idea. I get disappointed because I guess they have a different view on rarity than I do. And I could be wrong. I think, again, I just need to go and actually, I think, because these are going to be probably some pretty hefty changes that are going to come on online. So we got to be able to go in there and really, because I haven't even done the survey tool. Like, I have not done it because the times when I did do it in phase 1, it wasn't working. Like, I think many people really don't do the surveying pylons. I really don't. But like I said, I'm willing to keep an open mind. I mean, maybe I hope I am wrong about this, but I just feel like rarity is such a big deal, and the fact that they're still wanting rarity to be something that isn't really upon you, but something that you're just going to find out in the open world, just kind of bums me out a bit. But maybe because it's going to be more variable, the random spawns, like, maybe I'd be okay with that. Like, I don't know. Initially, when I read that, it didn't particularly get me excited. Let me see, very clear, they want to push interactions rather than just running around gathering. Yeah, I get that. And I think you can still push interactions while you can still be out there running around gathering. I think how you do that is by events. Like, that's how I see it personally. Events, I think, are a very good way to entice people, especially gatherers, because, hey, there's a willow event, there's a copper event, there's a sapphire event, whatever, and if that's the thing you're interested in, you're going to go along with everyone else and you're going to contest with PvP in that. Like, you can do that. Like, I just think the people that want to go and leisurely gather like I've been doing, like, I think you should still be able to do that. But it seems to me that they really want to enable PvP in that casual part of the gathering too, which could end up being a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing for a lot of players, right? So it depends on how you as a player view that. All right, so additional artisan updates. On top of that, artisanship service multi-tagging. What the hell? Artisanship service multi-tagging will ensure that gatherables will appear in logical, immersive locations such as weeping willows near riverbanks. Ah, okay. So let me see, in Riverdom, maybe near rivers, you know, like minerals like copper in caves, while still maintaining randomness and rewarding exploration. Gatherable spawn clusters use a weight system to inform their choice to spawn at their variable tag locations. This means that players can learn the locations in which certain gatherables have a higher or lower chance to spawn, but it will still allow encountering eureka moments. In addition to all these gathering improvements, processing stations will give players the flexibility to choose the size of their jobs they want to process. Oh my God, I can actually process like 17, 12, 26, 39. Like, oh my God, that'd be amazing. Rather than being able to be restricted in batch sizes. Thank God. Processing recipes will also allow mixing and matching of different rarity gatherables. Similar to crafting? Oh my God. Dude. That is huge for players. Holy shit. Gather recipes will allow mixing and matching of different rarity gatherables similar to crafting. I really thought that was going to be something they were be like, suck it up. That's the way we want processing. But wow. Let me see. Gathering tools will be converted into equipable items like bags and artisanship gear. What the how are they going to do that? So I can actually make a gathering tool and sell them to players now? Bro. Oh my God. I know that there was a lot of people that really liked the fact that you had to create your own tool. But let's be honest, guys. Everything in this game is BO, like you can trade everything. Why is the tool have this certain exception to it, right? Why is that the exception to the overall rule? So I guess I'm really excited about that. Holy crap. We are now refining how gatherable rarity impacts crafted item stats, ensuring gatherable rarity feels more meaningful. Okay. I like that. That's a sentence I like. All of these features, along with other refinements based on community feedback, will be introduced on the 0.8 April 10th 0.9 and 0.10, which is all the way to May 8th build updates, where while we work to implement these changes, we appreciate your patience. Holy shit, man. What a Intrepid, y'all need to do more of these. This is great. This is like the first like actual meaningful article that they've posted since Alpha 2. Like seriously, this is a great update. And I think also just even providing insights is super powerful. I'm just a Dave. Thank you so much for following, brother. Thank you. Lazy, we'll see you later, brother. Thank you. Pylons are not working last I saw. Yeah, that's why I haven't really done them, because it seemed to me that was still so, and I hadn't seen any patch notes that indicated that pylons were updated or fixed or working or anything like that, which is why I haven't done it. But dude, this is a really goated article, man. Holy shit. I'm still on the fence about this. However, huge caveat, the fact that they're actually getting rid of the static spawned rarity with the built-in set timer, that's huge. Like, and I don't think anybody wanted it that way. I really don't even think Intrepid wanted it that way, to be honest. I think they had it that way because that's probably what they had just built into the base foundational data, and they were like, well, we don't have time to fix it because we have a bigger fish to fry, but let's just see the data that we get from feedback. And I think it was very resounding that people just didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? So sup lad, been watching on your YouTube vids, good stuff. You're one of my top 3 Ashes content, dude. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate the support. Grumpy, dude, what's going on, man? Aesthetic nodes was trash, so that was a good move at least. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I don't think anybody, well, that's not true. There was actually a lot of people that I knew love the fact that they can get 30 legendaries in 24 hours because now they can just be rich. But I think overall the sentiment was negative, right? Like even those players that loved that didn't want to have that be a thing, but they didn't mind it in the current thing, right? Lazy people enjoyed the static nodes while working from home. Yeah, absolutely. But I guess like for me, as someone who's been gathering a shit ton, I know my boy Grumpy in chat has been gathering a shit ton. I just want the things that I do, especially because I want to be a grandmaster, right? Like I want to be a grandmaster in gathering, in multiple gathering professions, that I want my skill and my certification to not just be unlocking new minerals or new flowers or new hunts or new fish, but I want it to matter in the sense of like I have a higher chance of finding rarity because I can put like this certain like gatherable set on, like master gatherer or master like a grandmaster artisan shirt, pants, tool belt, you know, so when I go potentially to a T1 or a T2, like I'll always get like an uncommon or a rare, most likely, because I you know, I'm a grandmaster, right? I have so much rarity built in that it feels more meaningful in that way. But I think, again, once you start doing that, there needs to be more variable spawn timers, because again, a lot of us that are gatherers, that's all we do. Like literally, like a lot of us that go out and gather, that's the majority of our content. Like we're out exploring our area, our biome, and we're out just gathering. And so, and again, like I think some people that, especially the tree hunters right now, or the hunters, you know, for certain huntable mounts or bobs or whatever, you know, they feel like, oh my God, like once I go to a certain area, there's just nothing there. Like I'll search for weeping willow or braidwood and I get nothing. And I think really that's not a symptom. That's more of a symptom of overpopulation in a biome that isn't inherently an issue with how the systems are done. You have to understand that if we're going to have 8,000 to 10,000 players per server across 2 major continents with 19 biomes, you're going to be able to gather a good majority of stuff. Like within your guild, doesn't matter how big or small it is, like you will be able to go to your biome and find a lot of your shit if you are a gatherer, if you have a gathering mindset. Hell, even if you don't have a semi-gathering mindset, like I'm telling you, like whenever you know, I'm in the PTR and I'm out just like, you know, on my level 25, just out doing shit. There's shit everywhere, right? Like there's so much stuff that you can get. The problem is the fact that we've only been truly operating in 1 biome. Now we're kind of semi-operating in 2, which is like the desert and the Riverlands. But just imagine, you know, by the October, we're going to be potentially operating in the whole Western continent. That's going to be insane. Right? So I think people, when they say like, oh, I can't find something, it's so annoying that I can't find this thing, I think that's going to potentially go away, because once your guild goes and stays at a certain biome and you have that kind of biome on lock, and other people choose to go to other biomes or stay in previous biomes or whatever the case is, I think the spread's going to be more, it's going to be better overall for players that want to, you know, get the stuff for their guild and feel like they're not just wasting their time, right? I spent 3 hours searching my biome to get absolutely nothing that I was looking for. That feels terrible, but I really and truly don't think that's going to be the case. I don't. I think once we actually have a spread, we're going to be able to go on. Isn't Loreforge and Friends tonight? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I did want to mention that again. I did say it. I think I did say it when I was muted. I started the freaking thing muted. So terrible. But yes, I want to say that that's going to be tonight. I will be on with them in literally an hour. I'm probably going to get off in just a little while, but I just want to read this. I'm going to convert this into a YouTube video. But yeah, I think this was awesome. I really enjoyed this. This is so good. I wish it was sooner. I really do. I was thinking end of March, but it looks like we're going to be getting it probably second week of April, which is April 10th, going to the 24th. So, I mean, I like that. So let me see, April 10th. All right, so that's the second Thursday and then the last Thursday, which, I mean, hey, like I'm fine with, man. Like let's just get it. Let's get after it. I'm all ready. I'm all in. Guys, let me see, more nodes with less output per trees is needed. Would rather hit 3 trees and get a total of 6 rather than stumble across 1 node and get 6 resources, as long as every biome has equal value of resources. Yeah, and I think they will. It's kind of funny, like I was actually talking to one of my buddies, because it seems to me that they want every biome to have its own unique T1, T2, T3 gatherables, which to me was kind of like, I thought every biome was going to have unique gatherables, but I thought there was going to be like general T1 and general T2, general T3 that will be available everywhere. But it's looking like that's not going to be the case, which if that isn't the case, then that would have to mean there's going to have to be gear in 19 biomes that are only used with those biome materials. I don't know how people are going to feel about that. That's going to be wild. Like that in Incep will be super wild. But overall, This was great. Oh my God. I'm so glad they put out this article. They need to put out more articles like this, in my opinion. What did you guys think? I would love to know down in the comments. Give the video a like if you're on YouTube. If you're watching me on Twitch, hit that heart, follow me. Again, I will be live with our boys at Loreforge in an hour. So come and join me there with our boy Burns and all of the Loreforge peeps. All right. Y'all stay classy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.